Yes. Yes, it looks amazing. It looks unreal. Today's video, we're gonna get a little bit magical. What I mean by magical is that I want to turn this kind of space that you just see junk right now, I want to turn this space into an awesome place for my daughter's 9th birthday. She wants to have a Harry Potter themed birthday, and I want to make this space magical so we can watch the 4th movie, Goblet of Fire, with the whole family in like Harry Potter ambience. Now, some quick backstory on why Harry Potter. We actually made a deal with the girls quite a while ago. We made a deal with them that we said, if you read all the books, watch all the movies, we will then take you to Harry Potter World in Orlando, Florida, where we can all go and enjoy the wizarding world of Harry Potter together. However, one of the deals we made with them is that in order to watch the movies, they had to finish the book first in order. So they had to finish the book, then they could watch the first movie, finish the next book, then you can watch the second movie, and so on and so forth until you get through every single movie and every single book, and then that's when we would actually plan the trip to Florida. Right now, the girls have finished the 4th book, but they have not watched the movie yet. And tomorrow is my daughter's birthday. It's her 9th birthday. And she said for her birthday, she wants to sit down as a family and watch the Harry Potter movie, the 4th one. It got me thinking. Right now, the way we are set up in life is our main TV and the place we watch movies is actually at my office, or this place, the office, studio, storage, whatever you want to call it. It's a lot of different things for us. But we actually brought our old furniture set here while we're waiting on new furniture at the house. And I've set up a mini like lounge living room thing so that the kids can watch movies while I get work done. And that's also where we're gonna watch the movie tomorrow night. Seeing that we're gonna watch the movie here, it got me thinking a little bit. I thought it's her birthday, and I don't want to just come here, watch the movie. Yes, that would be good. That'd be fun, don't get me wrong. But at the same time, 2020, as we all know, has not been the most, it's not full of the greatest memories necessarily so far. So, I mean, we have some, definitely, but I want to make their birthdays special. Like, I want them to look back and not think like, hey, we did the best we could, it's 2020. Like, I want them to look back and say, wow, mom and dad gave me an experience. Like, that was one of my favorite memories, my favorite birthdays. So because we're not doing a party, because we're not, meeting with family or anything like that, wanted to kick it up a notch, wanted to make it more memorable, more special. So I was thinking like, okay, what can I do? What's something out of Harry Potter that I can create in this space? And then it got me thinking, floating candles. The idea of floating candles, it came to me and I kind of thought about it. And I was like, how do I make floating candles in here? How do I make that illusion? How do I create it? So my brain got going again. And I think I have an idea, and that's what this video is gonna be, is me trying to piece these ideas together. But my ideas didn't stop there. It's like, as soon as I thought of that, I thought, well, it'd be cool to kind of wall off my office or my desk area, because I want to create the ambience of being in Hogwarts kind of. So I got a couple backdrops that look like bookshelves and a Hogwarts thing. And then I thought of another element, and I thought, how cool would it be if when she came in here, she had to go through the platform 9 3/4. Like, she opens the door and I just pictured this brick wall, like, okay. And then she has to go through it in order to enter the rest of this space. My mind then went a step further, and I thought, oh man, it'd be cool if it was hazy in here and foggy, so that when she went through the brick wall, it was kind of this weird, wizardy, lots of lights and a little bit of confusion going on. And then when she came out on the other side of that, then there's the floating candles and the whole like living room area is all set up, ready to go, and we enjoy the movie. I do not have a ton of time to accomplish this. Work was crazy this week, so now I'm like kind of scrambling. Like tonight's the night. Like I have to make all of these elements work. I gotta use what I have, what I've ordered. Hopefully everything's right. I haven't really tried too much out. Gonna test it out. Hopefully everything works. I'm ready. I'm pumped. I'm so excited to see if this works because it's one of those things where if I can pull off floating candles, I know she'll remember that forever. My idea for floating candles, I looked up online and I could not find like, I found some things, but it was like take paper towel rolls and, you know, put hot glue on the outside to make it look like candle wax. Then you have to spray those candles and make them look white like candles. And then you have to put tea lights individually in there and turn them on individually, then hang them by string. It was just a lot of work, a lot of time that I didn't really have. So I went on Amazon and I ordered some LED candles with remotes because I figure if the candles are up in the air, because I'm gonna try to get them fairly high. If they're up in the air, I don't wanna have to like get on a ladder and turn every single one on and off. So what I'm gonna do right now is I have fishing line, I got some heavy duty stuff, and then I've got some magnet hooks because this wall, all the walls in here, they're all metal. So magnets stick to it. I figure if I get a strong enough magnet, I could hang a string across here, hold the candles, drill a hole in the candles, kind of string them along like lanterns almost, and get them in a position where hopefully you won't see the strings and it'll just look like some floating candles up there. So first step, I'm gonna test 12 of them. I got like 48 candles total. These were extremely cheap on Amazon, so I'm hoping they're good, I'm hoping they work. I went for cost on this thing because I knew I'd have a lot of quantity, so I kind of skimped on the quality, maybe, I don't know yet, but I'm gonna open these up, start drilling, start feeding them through, and do a test on just 12 of them to see if the magnets and the fishing line can hold the weight. I have some very good news. These are actually way smaller than I thought they were gonna be. I thought they're gonna be very wide and kind of stocky. This could be it. This could be perfect. It feels rigid enough. I think I can drill right through this top wax area and then feed a string through there. Next step, I gotta put a bunch of batteries in here and we're gonna do the test run. Let's keep going. Made it through 12 candles. It kind of takes a little while to get all those batteries and stuff in there. Now I want to do a quick test and see how this remote works. I'm just curious to see, like, is it going to, let's see, it has candle mode, light mode, and I just want to, I think I got to turn them all on. Of course, I'm not going to read directions, but we'll turn all these on. And hopefully, if it's gonna do what I think it does, all of these will turn on using just this one single remote. And I'll be able to control, what's going on this one? See, this is what I was kind of worried about because I went cheap on the candles here. But I think we'll be okay, hopefully. Hopefully the weight will hold too. Okay, so we've got them all on. Moment of truth. Okay, so now I'm gonna step back here a minute and ready. Actually, here, we'll do the full show. Here we go. All right. Only a few of them, and there's all of them. Okay, that is awesome. So now if I go to candle mode, oh man, that will be awesome. Look at this. Here, I'll shut these off, and you can see the flicker. Okay, this, I'm getting very, very excited right now. This is starting to come together. Love it. All right, let's continue on. I gotta start drilling into these things. We gotta hook them and hang them, and then see if we're in business. Hopefully this works. Hopefully the initial plan just goes without a hitch. That would be amazing, because it would save me a ton of time, but we really won't know until we try. So I'm gonna do that right now. Let's go. So I'm thinking somewhere down here, so there's a little more of a base and it won't go through the top, but wish me luck. 3, 2, 1. Got them all drilled out now. Now what I need to do is figure out a way to fish the line through, and then I have this metal shelf right here and this metal shelf right here, and I'm gonna run them across here just to do a kind of low test run before I raise them up and try them up higher on a ladder. So, so far so good. They're a little temperamental. Like when you bump these candles, for some reason, they can turn on by themselves kind of thing, just by tapping them. So I'm constantly going off with the remote. But I think if I stagger them in the air, one thing I noticed too is if these are on and you hit candle mode, they all flicker simultaneously. And so because I have 4 different boxes, if I start them at different times and stagger them out a little bit, it should give like a more like uneven glow effect and look a little more natural. All right, now I gotta string them up. Well, my biggest hang up with all this, the one thing I feared that could happen has happened. Fishing line, magnets, this part's kind of holding on this side, but they're clumping together and it's just causing too much weight in one spot, and it won't work. So thinking about trying a new method where I actually stagger them. So I actually have them at different starting points to distribute the weight a little bit better. It's gonna take a lot of time to do that. And what sucks is time is not something I have a ton of, but this is the effect. This is the one, like if any of the other ones failed, that would have been fine. I could have handled that. But the candles, the floating candles, this is the original thought. This is the original thing I wanted to do. And like, I feel like this whole thing failed if I can't somehow get candles in the air. Right now it's back to the drawing board, and I have to figure something out. I don't know what it is yet. I'm just gonna sit down and think and analyze for a minute and just take a deep breath, have some water, and just try to figure this thing out. I've been thinking about it a little, ooh, that's great. I've been thinking about it a little bit. Still not 100% sure how to pull it off. I have stuff here, but I don't think it's enough. So I'm gonna need more magnets anyway, so I'm gonna make a quick trip to the hardware store before it closes. I've got about 45 minutes to get there and get what I need because they close in about 45 minutes. So I'm gonna run to the store really quick, come back, and hopefully within like an hour and a half or so here, we'll at least have a set of floating candles, and then we could just repeat that process once I get the first process down. I'm not sure if I found a real solution or not, but I didn't bring the camera inside because they were starting to close down and everything, but I'm gonna take the stuff back here, gonna take it back to the office and see if I can get some floating candles tonight. I'm like bound and determined to do it. I do have a little time maybe tomorrow, but it's her birthday. So a lot of tomorrow is going to be like hiking and doing all the birthday festivities. So I'm not going to have a lot of time to really work on this. It's like I have to get this done tonight so it's completely ready to go for tomorrow. Well, made it back, and the new plan, I'm going to do something a little bit different. I was going to try to do the fishing line all the way across. Scratching that idea completely. This stuff, I've done a few tests now, and there's a failure point with it. It gets a little bit too heavy, and I don't have time to get the weight distribution perfect, and I just don't have enough time to trial and error it. So moving into a new plan that involves wire and some screws, and I think this one will work. What I'm thinking about doing is having 4 wires going across this way. So if this is one wall, this is the other wall, and then what I'm gonna do is hook these 4 wires up to the wall, and then instead of running the cable through all the candles, I'm actually just gonna hang them off these main. So then there'll be a candle here, candle here, you know, and so on and so forth. So this way, the fishing line still gives it the illusion that it's hanging there and floating, but support-wise, I'll actually have a wire up here that can withstand the weight. So I think that this method is gonna be the method to do it. I'm not even gonna just do a quick test or anything like that. I'm gonna go right into it because I'm running out of time and I gotta keep moving along. So I'm just gonna full send it, give it a shot, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, I'm to a point where stores are closed and I can't really go anywhere at the moment to get anything more. I'm gonna have to MacGyver this thing with what I have here and at my disposal here. This element is extremely important to me, and right now I'm finding a good lesson. All the trial and error is a pain in the butt right now, you know, going back and forth to the store, you try something, you think it works, it doesn't work, but in the end, I keep thinking about that positive ending. You know, I just keep thinking about Jovi's face and Jovi's memories and making it something that'll last a lifetime. And these short-term hiccups, it fades away. So instead of getting too upset, which I was starting to, it's getting really frustrated, but instead of getting too upset, I'm just gonna work the problem, find a solution hopefully, and just keep focusing on the end goal, which is to make Jovi's birthday absolutely incredible. Now, doing it this way, I am gonna have to take the ladder. Reason I need the ladder is because I have to actually get those main 4 cables, I have to get them pretty high, because in order for there to be a good amount of slack on the fishing line and to give that illusion that it's floating there, I have to get the initial cords up high so those can hang down. So it's time to get up there pretty far, see if I can get this cable in. Fingers crossed this is gonna work. Here we go. This setup is taking a little bit longer than anticipated, but at least the wire held. I didn't have really many issues getting the wire up there. Stretching it and getting it in place was a little tough. Now it's time. Now it's time to test this first strand, and if this works and if it looks good and the remote works and everything, then I'll move on, and I have to do three more of these strands. And I will say it's almost midnight right now, and it is very time consuming to get this done, but I will do anything for Jovi, anything for my kids. So I really want to make this work. So I'm going to go shut the lights off and let's see what happens. Oh man, it's super dark. 3, 2, 1. Oh, okay. That's pretty awesome. Now let me switch to candle mode and see them flickering. Now, I'm looking at the camera monitor right now, and it looks a lot brighter on the camera because I think it jacked up the ISO. How does that look? Look like they're floating? I tried to stagger them a little bit, not make them perfect so they look like they're floating. Then I've got a fan on to kind of blow them back and forth so they have a little bit of a sway. Whew! All right, so now that we have the process down, I can move ahead with the rest of it. So I just gotta put the batteries in all those candles, drill all those candles, string up the next 3 strings, and then I have to hand tie every single candle. There's 48 candles total. So here's 12, be 12, 12, 12. It's a lot of work. It's actually quite a bit of work. Okay, here it is, number 48. I did 48 of these darn things, and I am happy to put this last one up here. Go right here with it, and hopefully this looks as good as it did in my head when I first concepted this crazy thing. I am sweaty, I'm gross. It's 4:06, it's literally 4:06 a.m. It took that long to hang these candles up, but I'm finally ready to turn it on for the first time. I'm gonna kill the lights and we'll see what happens. Okay, here we go. Here it is. Here's the test. All 48 candles hung. Here we go. This looks so good. Like, it worked. It finally worked. She is going to freak out. She's gonna love this. Whew. It was a lot of work, but totally paid off.